Greetings and salutations, and this is Techronaught here, back with more Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. And oh boy, this is actually, I'm gonna be honest, this is my favorite part of the story. It's not my favorite level, but it's my favorite part of the story because of what's going on. It really is. This is literally my favorite part of the story. But you'll see why. You'll see why. Okay.
In a while.
That's good, lemon tea. But yeah.
Processing center should be just up ahead. Please still be there, guys.
So you think after the net scene where like Rivet, like the last cutscene where Rivet looked defeated and everything, you think that she'd just give up, right? Well, that's not what's happening. Rivet has definitely been developed as a character to this game. Well, I don't think she would have given up beforehand either, but like beforehand she didn't really work with people too much, I don't think. I mean, she was in the Resistance, but I don't think she like trusted people too much, especially robots. But now she's going in to save 2 robots and Ratchet. So, yeah, it's funny how her character's changed.
Processing center.
Especially after finding out what she knows about one of those 2 robots. So yeah, quite interesting stuff going on, if I must say so myself. Yeah, I didn't realize you had to use this thing. Yep. Let's tether that rift. Tether that rift.
The rifts are really getting worse out here.
Something that I will say, one thing, this is literally one thing that bugged me at first, but I got used to it over time. It doesn't really bug me anymore. But I still kind of wish you had the option. I wish you had the option to use the hover pack. Not the hover pack, the helipack with Clank or Rivet. Like I really wish like it would have given you the option that when you have one of those characters on Ratchet or Rivet's back, you could have the helipack option instead of just the boots. Because in a way, it kind of makes them feel useless when you have them, you know? In a way, it kind of does. And in previous Ratchet and Clank games, you couldn't really glide without Clank. So like, it made like the Ratchet gameplay actually feel different without Clank, and I feel like that is the one missed opportunity here. I feel like they should have made it to where the hover boots didn't glide. Yeah, have the hover boots do all the other stuff it does, but don't let it allow you to glide, because that kind of takes away like one of the main uses of Clank, and to by extension Kit, if Kit was able to use a helipack. But yeah. Because now, gameplay-wise, they both feel completely useless, aside from their, like, little, puzzle things. Like, their little Clank/Kit levels. Aside from that, they feel almost completely useless with gameplay in it. I don't know, I've always liked that while Clank couldn't do a lot, that he could do a few things, or a couple things, for the player while you were playing as Ratchet. I always thought that, that kind of made them feel more like you're playing both characters instead of just one.
That's new.
I mean, I get why they made it the hover boots, because there is a lot of areas that you'll have to revisit, or like with Clank or Kit on your back that originally you didn't have them with you, or vice versa. So I can sort of understand it in a way, but I find it a bit. I feel like the hover boots should have only let you glide when you didn't have them on your back, and when they were on your back, they used the helipack. That's how I think it should have been, because it would have made Clank and Kit feel like more of a use, you know. That might just be me. That might just be me. It's not something that really bothers me anymore. I just think it would have been cooler to have that detail where, like, if you have them on your back, use the helipack. If you don't, use the hover boots. something down there. Not gonna bother looking. Let's continue further.
Yes!
Nice.
Nice work finding those spy bugs. 5 more and Miss Zircon will build you a weapon with no equal.
Honestly speaking, I think this game could have used a few more gold bolts. It's got enough armor pieces. It's got enough of those info bots. It's got enough of those little teddy bears you gotta like look out for. But I think it could have used a few more gold bolts, like maybe like 5 more gold bolts or 4 more, just in general, because that's like one collectible that feels like it's lacking a bit here. Because usually the games have more gold bolts in it. It's just this game still feels as long as like a normal Ratchet and Clank game, and by normal Ratchet and Clank game, I'm talking about like tools of destruction, cracking time, like the length of those, kind of. I would say Into the Nexus, but Into the Nexus is only like 4 or 5 hours, and this game took me like 12 or 11 or something like that. It took me at least 10. I can tell you that much.
Best not be after me, booty.
Not a chance.
But yeah, about to get Clank. Hey, Clank. Something I also find interesting is the bolt cranks for Rivet and Ratchet. They are different. And I kind of understand why. The one Rivet uses is actually really similar to one that's used in A Crack in Time. But it's not like... I'd have to look it up. To make sure like I'm thinking about this right.
And just send your friends that way. If you need backup.
Take care of them. And thanks.
We'll take it from here.
You scared me. I'd let you rest, but we don't have a lot of time.
You got here quickly. Thank you. They took Ratchet and Kit through that door. Something about maximum security.
We'll catch up to them.
Okay, I'm not sure if it was in A Crack in Time. I was looking it up, but like
You too.
when I try to look it up, it is, I don't know what it's called, you know? A Crack in Time. Sideways. Bolt crank.
And there they go.
No, I'm not getting any images for it. I'd probably have to watch a Let's Play or something to really like find out if I'm right, but so I'm gonna put a video on in the background while I'm like commentating to see if I'm right. Ratchet and Clank, time, walkthrough. Okay, hold on. Think I'm at the part where it shows up. I need to wait and see. Jeez, I forgot how beautiful the first planet of A Crack in Time looks. Like, even though it's like not as like detailed as Rift Apart's environments, it still looks really nice, and I love it. I can't help but love it. It looks really beautiful. just trying to be patient here while trying to keep up the commentary. Sorry about that. I could think of the song of the day, but I don't know what I want to use for that yet.
This is even more chaotic than Safari.
Sorry I left you behind. Their bolts, things got...
Oh wait, I know. Bum 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 bum.
I understand.
Bum, bum,
There was a
bum.
lot of chaos.
I see you run round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, fuck you. Ooh, I guess the change in my pocket isn't enough, and I'm like, fuck you, and I could too said if I was richer, I'd still be with ya. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Although there's pain in my chest. I was right, it is there. It's not used the same way though. The one in this game, in Rift Apart, you like pull once, but you like pull it really slow, like a regular bolt crank. And the one in A Crack of Time, you gotta like pull it over and over. So yeah, I was right. It first appeared in A Crack of Time. I was right. I was fucking right. I just don't know what the fucking thing is called, because it's not called a bolt crank. But I don't know what it's called.
That's a lot of prisoners.
They must be everyone who has ever crossed the Emperor.
Get out of the way!
I assume you did better.
Don't really got a lot to say at the moment. Just gotta kick these guys out. This video is also 44 minutes long. This is the longest video in the entire Let's Play. I'm gonna tell you that now. Next video is a few minutes shorter. So I'm like gonna struggle to commentate for this whole thing, but show must go on. Show must go on. I gotta do it. I gotta do my best. My best.
Let them get any deeper into the prison.
But yeah. Now where was I a couple minutes ago before I found out that that thing appears in A Crack of Time? Oh yeah. I guess the pain. Hold on. With all this pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. With the fuck you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Can't afford a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there. I guess he's in next box, and I'm over Atari. But the way you play your games ain't fair. I pity the fool that falls in love with you. Go dig a well, stuff snow. Ooh, I got some news for you. Ooh, I really hate your ass right now. I see you riding around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough, and I'm like, fuck you, and fuck her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be with ya. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. With the fuck you. Baby, why you gotta hurt me so bad, so bad, so bad, so bad.
But Ratchet and Kit are about to be moved.
Why? Why, baby, yeah. I love you. I still love you. Oh, I see you driving around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough, and I'm like, fuck you, and fuck her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be with ya. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. With the fuck you. That's the song of the day. It's called Fuck You, or the clean version is called Forget You by CeeLo Green. Definitely check it out. It's a good song. It's from 2010. So it's kind of old, but you know, still a good song.
Best to avoid hits like that. Ratchet, we are coming. Hurry, tether onto their cell.
After watching that little video where I was like trying to like, I was watching like the first planet of the of Ratchet and Crack in Time, but after watching that little bit I was watching, I was like, damn, now I want to play Crack in Time again. I have no access to it because it's like a PlayStation. I think it's a game you have to stream
Don't worry.
to play, and that means you can't record it. But yeah.
It must be very worried about
Let me
all
check
of
something.
this.
Something like that. Look, folks, I'll be honest. Kit is the warbot who took off my...
Oh dear.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what's wrong.
Someone go investigate the processing center. Now!
You may be able to use your hammer to override the locks.
Someone go investigate the processing center. Now!
No.
Del,
Yeah, I was right. I looked it up. You can't
don't worry, Bolts.
record the PS3 games that you get from the upgraded PlayStation Plus. I'm probably not gonna get that anyway because it's not really worth it. The catalog is too small, honestly. I know you can record a lot of the PS2 and PS1 games on there, but a catalog is so small once you cut out the PS3 games, it's not really worth it. And like, there's not any games on there anymore. They're like, the roster like literally was cut down to like 20 games after they got rid of PlayStation Now. So now it's just not really worth it. When it was PlayStation Now, it was a little bit worth it to pay a little extra each month for it. But now, like, it's like, there's nothing to really go for there. Like, the base level PlayStation Plus is worth it, and I'd say the upgraded one where you get like to play games for free for a limited time, and you get deals and stuff. Like, I think that one's worth it. But the most expensive one that gives you like the classic games and all that, just don't bother with it. Save your money, please. Like, just don't waste your money on that. I think if you the less money wasted on that, the more PlayStation will be like, oh shit, we gotta fix this problem. You know, they'll realize that they need to like fix their classic catalog, you know? And that's something they do need to realize, so yeah. Help PlayStation out by not getting the most expensive PlayStation Plus option. Get one of the other two because they're both worth it.
Wasn't sure you'd actually make it.
Don't thank us yet. We need to power down these cells. Which means a visit to the warden's office.
Did you hear about the disturbance in processing?
Did you hear about the disturbance in processing?
Alarm bags.
How exciting!
I'm sorry, but I can't do their voices. I'm sorry.
Selection of dissenters.
We must celebrate after our
These guys sound a lot like Jim Ward, though, the guy who like normally voices Captain Quirk, but he didn't voice him in this game. I wonder if they're voiced by Scott White, the guy who voices Quirk in this game, or like the guy or maybe the guy who voices Captain Quantum, who is not Scott White, is someone else. That's a weird decision in my opinion. I think it's weird that like Scott White didn't voice them both because they basically have the same voice almost. So it is weird. Scott White also voiced Crash Bandicoot in the not the Insane Trilogy, in Crash 4. So that's an interesting thing. Guy's already got Captain Quirk and Crash Bandicoot under his belt, so that's a hell of a resume start. It really is. Like, that's actually pretty good.
Take your time, sweetie.
I wouldn't mind if he actually became the new voice for Quirk, if like Jim Ward retired from it or something. I wouldn't mind it. I really wouldn't, because he does a good enough job.
You really know how to invest in your bonds. Looks like you.
He does a good enough job where I wouldn't mind it. Cause like, the voice I'm worried about that they're probably gonna have to someday replace is Armin Shimmerman, the voice of Dr. Nefarious. And the reason I'm worried about that is because I feel like there's gonna be no one who can nail the voice like he does.
Guess the upgrade train
I would have probably said that for Captain Quirk before hearing Scott White's take, but after hearing Scott White's take, I have to say that like there is an actor out there who could definitely replace Jim Ward if Jim Ward ever decided he wants to stop voicing Quark, or they ever just needed Quark recast for some reason. You know. Just a thought. It's like you never really like could imagine a certain actor being replaced as a voice for a character, and that new voice actor or actress or whoever doing better than the person originally, or being as good as them. You never really think about that until it happens, because like I feel like that's probably how the Joker used to be, like before like Troy Baker gave his take on the Joker. I think it used to be like it used to be like where you could never think about someone like doing a Mark Hamill like take on the Joker and being almost as good, if not good, and like being good enough, if not just as good as Mark Hamill at it. And then Troy Baker came along and was almost as good. Now I'm not gonna lie and say Troy Baker does better than Hamill. I think sometimes in some like versions of the Joker, Troy actually is on par with Hamill, but it's more of his like more recent takes, like the TMT versus Batman Joker, for example. His Origins Joker can be lacking at moments, which is why I say like overall I think Hamill's is better, but I think if you take into account Troy's more recent takes on the Joker, I think they're like equal in a way. So yeah, this part gave me hell from what I remember. I don't know if I kept the deaths in or not, but this part gave me hell.
Attention! Riot in progress. Reinforcement capacity is at 56% and dwindling. What?
All out. Payback's coming.
Yep. Died. How fun! Okay, quick little cut.
Security forces depleted.
There we go.
Need to return
Let's go.
to Ratchet and Kit before it is too late.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think we still
Get
get...
out of here
No, I
first.
don't think that's
The
enemies
office
the
is
same.
sealed.
It's part of the same group.
How
This
do
is
we
a
get
different
out?
enemy.
Maybe that window
Take care of one real quick.
somewhere.
Yeah, it took me a moment to figure this out because for some reason it feels like I'm stuck.
It would appear we have new allies.
But apparently I was supposed to wait for the
His
door to
cell
clear,
again?
which is
International
weird.
security.
I will
It's
start
weird,
developing a
dude.
plan
Whoa,
B.
dude.
Catch up to their cell faster before they're locked away.
Like I
in
did
that
panic for a moment when that happened because I was like, oh shit.
A
Did
plan
I break the
C,
game? Like, you know,
perhaps.
am I stuck here?
Keep that cell in sight.
Some I do gotta give Insomniac games like props for is their games are really well polished. There's not like a lot of bugs in them. They always look like amazing for their time. Like they're really good at that stuff. Like I gotta give Insomniac props for that. That's why I'm glad us PlayStation players have Insomniac while Xbox players have Xbox, I'm sincerely sorry for you guys. I feel sincerely sorry. I hope Bethesda gives you their best. I really do. I hope they don't just give you trash like Fallout 74. I hope they give you some actual good content. Unless, of course, it stays multi-platform, then I hope it gives everyone good content. But I don't know. I'm almost certain, because I believe Microsoft owns Activision now, which means that they own, by extension, they own Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon. But I'm almost certain those will remain multi-platform, because I don't think Activision would let Microsoft... I know that Activision probably wouldn't have much say in it, but I don't think they'd let Microsoft make it Microsoft exclusive. Unless they did like an Insane Trilogy thing where it was like, where it's exclusive to the Xbox for a few months and then it's made available everywhere else. I'd be personally fine with that. But if it was made exclusive just for Xbox, I would be pissed. I mean, I'm just saying, we still got Ratchet and Clank, so... We got this Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man. They're both better than Spyro, I will say. I don't know if I love them more than Crash, which is the hurtful part, but... it's... I'm just hoping, only time will tell, but I'm just hoping that they stay multi-platform, because it would be a real, like, it would really be shitting on the fans of Crash and Spyro to make them only available on Xbox, especially since, like, those series originated on PlayStation. They really should remain multi-platform. It would really be shitting on the fans if it did.
To get us up to that platform.
A lot of the fans anyway, like any fans that are on Nintendo or PlayStation consoles, like screw them, like no. Like that's probably a majority of the fans too is on those consoles. Because you gotta keep in mind, they're platformers. Spyro and Crash are platforming games. And a lot of platforming fans are probably going to be on PlayStation or Nintendo. I can't imagine a lot of them being on Xbox. Unless it's for like backwards compatibility reasons. You know? Really couldn't imagine that. But that might just be me. Okay, let's clear this. Nice. Let's go out to battle. Sorry for the terrible Arnold Schwartz. I'm not even gonna finish his name because I always butcher his last name, so I'm not even gonna finish it. But well, I don't always butcher it, but I sometimes do, and I don't want to butcher his name because guy is a good actor and stuff. He deserves more respect than that. He's not one of my favorites. My favorite actor, like physical actor like not someone who does voices, but someone who like does physical acting in movies and stuff, is probably Jim Carrey. My favorite voice actor is Maurice LaMarche. Maurice LaMarche does the voice of Embryo in the Insane Trilogy, as well as Crash Mind Over Mutant. He does the voice of Father from Codename Kids Next Door. He does the voice of Doctor Doom in some of the Marvel stuff, including Ultimate Spider-Man. He does the voice of I'm trying to remember. He does the voice of quite a few characters on both Futurama and Disenchantment. Disenchantment's actually better than you think. You should definitely give it a chance. The first season may be a little weak, but after that, it's like it gets a little better. To me, it feels like it gets better as it goes on. It's a show that kind of starts off like meh, like it's like something watchable, something that you didn't entirely waste your time on. You didn't hate it. That's how the first season kind of feels for me, and then after that, it gets really good. It gets really good. So it's like one of those things.
Focus.
I've noticed a pattern with that. A lot of shows' first seasons are like their weakest, unless they're like Family Guy or something, and they like air for years. Then they could definitely drop way lower than the quality of their first season. Then again, Family Guy's
seem
first
to
season
think you're
actually doesn't
regretting.
feel
Now
much
keep
weaker
moving.
than its second and third, so it really don't. Like Family Guy's like one of the times where like a show's first season is actually pretty strong,
Tether onto that
even though
rim.
it's short. But in my opinion, Family Guy's first 7 seasons are good. And if you need an idea of what time frame that is from, let me look it up. It's from 1999. Family Guy season 7.
Their cell. It went outside.
From 1999 to 2009. That was the
There,
good era of
quickly.
Family Guy, in my
We must
opinion.
slingshot onto that evacuation platform. If they get away, we may lose them entirely.
Going as fast as I can. There's some troopers here who really want to see them go.
So yeah, that was the good era of Family Guy for me, was 1999 to 2009.
Dropships too.
There's actually even a few good episodes of the seasons following. Like I think there's an episode called Excellence in Broadcasting, and I think it's Family Guy season 9, I believe.
Hurry before they're back up.
Let me look it up. And that one's pretty good. Family Guy, I think, up until I want to say season 12, maybe season 13, had at least 2 good episodes a season. But it stopped being consistently good after season 7. Season 7 was the last time where I could watch a full season and be like, every episode is good. You know? In my eyes. Yeah, Excellence in Broadcasting was the second episode of season 9. And then there were Viewers, also a good episode. What season was that? I think And Then There Were Fewer was the last good episode. Actually, no. And Then There Were Fewer was the episode right before. Damn, season 9 started off strong. Maybe it's season 1 to season 9. I'm thinking of not season. No, I think it is season 1 to season 7 because I think it did start like dropping off after season 7. I think up to season 8 and 9, I think, are just have a good amount of gems in them. Especially the start of season 9. Like, god damn, I did not know those episodes were back to back. And Then There Were Fewer and Excellence in Broadcasting are great episodes. I love them. If you want to know my political views, I'm in the middle. I'm libertarian. So like, I have no reason to be mad at people making fun of either conservatives or liberals. I'll probably laugh at both being made fun of. I'll even laugh at libertarians being, I'll probably laugh at any political group being made fun of on an animated adult show or whatever. A good example of this is why I love South Park. I love South Park because it doesn't feel biased. They make fun of everything. They never feel biased. That's the way Family Guy used to feel at one time. Where like one episode they'd make fun of something like liberal, and the next episode they make fun of something conservative, even though most of the writers are probably liberals. Like, or probably vote Democrat or whatever, but like, there was a time where Family Guy felt fair in what they made fun of. And then like, once they got to where like, they like, the current Family Guy, when it does political jokes, it's always like heavily left-leaning, and kind of makes it unfunny to me, because like, the funny part of making fun of like the left and right is when you're not taking a side on it, which is why I think South Park does it right, because it doesn't feel like they're ever taking a side. They're just pointing out what each side does stupid, and then making an over-exaggerated dumb joke out of it to make it like a million times more entertaining. Like, there's literally like, this is something I love about South Park. At least like sometimes when it does this. or sometimes when it pulls this off, great. There are a good bit of South Park episodes that make fun of something political, but they'll like disguise it as like something really stupid, or like give it a really dumb name or something like that. Like they'll do something like that, and then like they'll like have the story be in a way where like it's not exactly the same as the thing they're talking about, but you know in the back of your mind that that's what it's about. And it makes the show all more entertaining and clever. Like, I love it. It's a really clever way of making fun of political stuff. And I honestly gotta give South Park its props for that. Like, it's a really, in my opinion, it is the best, it's the best animated adult it's the best adult cartoon that's still going. The best that's still going, I will specify. Because I do think King of the Hill is just about as good as it. And I think Futurama was better than South Park, if you want my opinion on those. But in terms of the ones that are currently still going, American Dad actually lasted a while before I felt like it fell off. It kind of outlasted Family Guy in that regard, because American Dad didn't fall off for me until like a season or two ago, which is past how long it took Family Guy to fall off for me. As you know, Family Guy fell off for me. I was never a big fan of The Simpsons, but I agree that it's fallen off like a long time ago. And then like Rick and Morty is a mixed bag. I can enjoy it as I'm watching it, but I can't really like say it's one of the best animated adult. I can't say it's one of the best animated adult shows ever. I can't. Like, I can't with good conscience say that. Aqua Teen Hunger Force was a good one, but it's been over. And yeah. So South Park's definitely up there. It's up there with the best animated adult shows of all time. I would, if I had to rank them, I think my number 1 would be Futurama. Number 2, South Park. Number 3, King of the Hill. Number 4, Family Guy seasons 1 through 7. Specifically just seasons 1 through 7. And number 5 would probably be most of Rick and Morty. Most of it. About half of season 3 and a couple episodes of season 4 can just go jump off a cliff, but the rest of it is pretty good, so.
Someone call for backup?
Thanks for the save. Kit, are you...
Give us a minute.
We'll meet you at the ship.
Clank told me I should try to forgive you. I am going back to Savali. I never should have.
Wait! You're just gonna hide again? Now?
I am very... Truly, I am sorry, Rivet. For everything. I am not a good partner.
Well, maybe you could be. If you'd stopped to help me that night instead of running away, things could have been different. Or if you just told the truth, maybe...
Why do none of you understand? I am broken. I will always be broken.
Fine. Go hide. We have a universe to save. Universes, whatever. I don't need a partner anyway.
Wait, where's Kit?
She's not coming.
But... Kit should be here.
She didn't want to be.
Only because she thinks she's dangerous.
And maybe she is.
So you're just gonna give up on her? Because you're afraid?
Says the big hero who's too scared to look for the other Lombaxes? At least my fear makes sense.
Sorry. Sorry.
You're all okay! Oh, thank goodness. We were so worried.
They can't stop us that easily.
What took you all so long? Hey, I think I know how we can find the Emperor. When you're ready to take the fight to him, come talk to me.
Well, yeah, and I'm gonna end off the video here. Bye!
Game over.